Okay, this is the seventh in a series of videos that I'm making as a supplement to some of the tutorials that I've posted on my pfSense blog, pfSenseSetup.com. And in this video, I'm going to cover firewall rules, and we already sort of touched upon them with the previous video on NAT port forwarding. We're going to cover it in a little bit more depth this time. And I'm going to log into the pfSense web interface now. And we're logged in, and we want to navigate to firewall rules. And that will show us the table with the firewall rules. You want to make sure that the WAN tab is selected. I want to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. And as you can see here, the firewall rule that was created in the previous video for NAT port forwarding is still there. And on the right side here, there's two plus, well, actually there's 4 plus buttons, but the ones next to each rule allow you to add a new rule based on the the rule that's to the left of the plus button. So in other words, when you go into edit mode, it will have the same settings as before, but we just want to create a new rule from scratch. So we're going to click on add a new rule at the bottom of the table. And let's see, the first setting is action. We want packets to pass. There's 3 options here: pass, block, and reject. Reject will cause the packets to be returned to the sender, whereas with block, the packets will be dropped silently. So that's what block and reject mean, but we want the packets to pass through. And disable this rule, we don't want to do that. Interface, typically we want this to be WAN because that's our interface to the rest of the internet. And protocol, usually we want that to be TCP, but there's a number of different options here. We have UDP, User Datagram Protocol, which is a stateless, connectionless protocol, which is used a lot in streaming video and streaming audio. We have IMCP, Internet Control Message Protocol, which is used for error messages, known as CARP. Common Address Redundancy Protocol, which is used in redundancy scenarios where you have several servers sharing the same internet address with failover capabilities. We'll get into that a little bit later on. And we have the catch-all any, but right now we want to keep it at TCP. And source, usually you want to keep this as any, so we're going to keep it as any in this case. And destination, well, in this scenario, let's assume that we're setting up an Apache server, and we have an Apache server at the IP address 192.168.1.125, and we want to direct traffic to that Apache server. So we're going to select single host or alias, and we're going to type in 192.168.1.125. Here we go, 192.168.1.125. And destination port range, we want the destination to be port 80, which is where HTTP traffic goes to, and it's predefined in this list, so we just have to select HTTP from the list. Log, we're not going to log. We'll add a description: Apache server rule. And there's a bunch of advanced features which we'll cover in the subsequent video, and we'll save this. I'll save, and we save the rule, and now we need to apply the changes. So we'll apply changes, and we're done with firewall rules part 1. We'll cover the advanced settings in the next video.